Hi, good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Maybe I think we can begin. We can start maybe after 5 more minutes, so that some of students can also join.
Okay, sir.
ഞാനൊന്നും വണ്ടിയിലും കുഴപ്പമില്ലെന്നോ.
Sir, can you mute other participants, please? Someone is watching a movie and we can hear that sound out here.
Hi, good morning, students. Welcome all of you. This is a webinar for you students, and it is for your information and a kind of a career planning. So you listen to what the resource persons have to tell you, understand the situation. We are going through very difficult times. So you have to behave in such a manner so as to overcome these challenges. So keep all the decorum that you have to do, you have to keep in a meeting like this. This is for your benefit. Please listen to what they say and make up your mind whether you want to join this logistics management certificate course conducted by CAT Kerala government. You will get all the details of the course as well as the scope and the kind of training and internship they will give you. So think about these things. If you are looking for a job, then please take this course so that you will get a nice job in logistics. So make up your mind and then listen properly. Don't create disturbances while the presentation is going on. Thank you. Thank you very much for attending this session.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. Hope I'm audible, I'm visible. My screen is, you can see my screen.
Audible and we can see as well.
Okay, thank you, sir. And students in between, in case you have any questions or you don't see me or you can't see my screen, please use the chat function out here. Okay. A very good morning. So let me just tell you what is our plan today. I'm not going to bore you to death on a Saturday morning. I will just touch base, important or key points of logistics and supply chain management, just to give you an impression how big is the industry or the sector, right? And then we will go into the job opportunities available and the important skills you require. You need to find a job. I don't know the profile of students. I trust there are MBA students as well as diploma or BBA students. I'm not sure about that. anyway, I will, I will pace, or I will just put my presentation in such a way that it will suit everyone. In case you have any doubt, you can just put it in the chat box. And you want me to talk in English, that's more comfortable. You want me to talk in Manglish, I'm okay with it. But I may not be able to talk, totally in Malayalam. So you can choose now. You can put it in the chat box. So thank you for joining. That's very important. And today we are experiencing another lockdown kind of situation. Stay safe, please. All the time wear masks. This is very important. This is now a threat to the humankind. Will we all survive? We don't know. So be positive, always keep your mind engaged, read something. Okay, don't watch news for the time being, because everything is negative and depressing. So get engaged into something that interests you, like your hobbies or your passion. Do something like that. Write. If you're good in writing, write your own story so far, your journey till now. All those things you can write. You can write a script. So a lot of things you can do. So be positive. Anyway, let's start without wasting much time. And in case I lose my network, it's very unlikely. If I lose, don't panic, I will be there. Okay.
Permit me to go and get the herbs. Yes, if anyone can do it, it is you, Hanuman. Go and bring the herb. I will not take more than 18 hours to bring back the herb.
When Hanuman felt Ram's touch on his head, all his tiredness vanished, and he was flooded with new energy. Hanuman bid them goodbye and leaped into the air. Hanuman flew like a flash of lightning across Lanka. The big seas, the sleeping cities, mountains and forests. At last, he reached the peak of the mountain.
Ah, I can see a mountain which has soft glowing lights and a sweet smell. The Sanjeevani herb should be here.
Hanuman landed down and saw different kinds of herbs.
Oh God, I'm unable to identify that particular herb. I'm running short of time.
Desperate to take the herb, he decided to take the whole mountain. Suddenly, he noticed the first rays of the sun.
Oh Surya, please do not rise.
But Surya did not listen to him and kept rising. Immediately, Hanuman leaped up high. He seized the sun and hid him under his arm. And then he uprooted the entire mountain, leapt into the sky, and began his journey back. In Ram's camp, Ram, King Sugriva, and others were growing restless. Suddenly, everyone was astonished when they saw Hanuman flying towards them with a huge mountain in one hand and the sun under the other arm. Sushila quickly found the life-saving herb, Sanjeevi, and poured the precious juice into the dying Lakshman's mouth. Everyone anxiously looked at him. In no time, Lakshman rose and sat up. Everyone cheered, and the monkeys jumped high into the air with joy.
Okay, so the first documented logistics in our epic Ramayana. Anyway, so anyone can say that which transport company is using this Hanuman carrying this particular mountain as their logo? Anyone? You can just put it in the chat box. Sleepy participants, please wake up. ABT, that's right, Vishal. Thank you. Okay, so that's the first incident. Let's move. So the hen or the egg, the question always there, logistics versus supply chain management. Okay, so people are a little bit confused. We will just try to solve, demystify what is logistics and what is supply chain management, right? So that's the first thing. What is supply chain? Before going to logistics, what is actually supply chain? Some say that, there is no difference between logistics and supply chain. Others say that they supplement each other. So let's see. So what is a supply chain? This is actually, the backbone, the activities that is required by a company to deliver goods or services to the consumer. Okay, so that is the simplest form of definition. And the goal of supply chain management is actually to give the company a competitive advantage. How? Because here the speed is very important, right? So that's one thing. Let's have a look at a example, and you will understand what is supply chain, right? So there is a supplier, and then there is a company. So the supplier will supply the raw materials, the company will make the product, and it will go to the customers. Anyone said anything? So I request everyone to mute, and if you have any questions or there is some dispute, please put it in the chat box. Okay, because that will affect my flow. Please understand. Okay, you can put it in the chat box. Chat box will type otherwise, mic on to the please mute. Okay. Okay, so supplier, company, and customers, right? So this is what happens in a typical, something happened. Okay, this is what happens in a typical company. You can still see my screen, right? Yeah, right. So this is a simple example, right? And you can see the flow of goods from supplier to the company to the customers, and flow of finance you can see the other way around. And of course, the flow of information. This is very important in supply chain management. So the flow of information is bidirectional. It goes both sides. And this is a simple supply chain, which is also known as the direct supply chain. Okay, I'm coming to logistics. Don't jump. Right. Okay. Now, let's say there is a supplier level 2, which supplies to the supplier, and then at the end, we have a customer level 2. That is called the extended supply chain. Some gentlemen, please mute. Please mute your mic. Thank you. Yeah, Amrita, what to do? Yeah, okay. So this is, so who is an extended, what do you mean by extended supplier? Okay, extended supplier is, let's say someone is selling a hat. Let's say I'm selling as a retailer a particular brand of a hat or a cap, a golf cap. Okay, I don't know who manufactures or from where it comes. I take it from the warehouse, or it gets delivered to my shop by the wholesaler. So if you go back, wholesaler, from where the wholesaler is getting. So as a store owner, I'm not aware from where the raw material is coming, from where, who is stitching the cap, who is transporting up to the warehouse. Okay, so this is the extended. Same like that, my golf cap is being, bought by a particular school. So I don't know what exactly they are doing it. Actually, they are reselling that with a little premium, so that they are making some money for charity. So these are the extended ones. I'm not going to go in detail because this particular course will cover the entire thing. I'm just trying to tell you the connection between logistics and supply chain. So always remember the simple direct supply chain. That's very important. Supplier, company, customers. So, and you need to understand the flow of goods, the flow of money, and then the flow of information. So company's supply chain is actually connected with the suppliers and consumers. We have just seen that, right? And the company will start on building a network. When you start building a network with suppliers, with customers, and then you will understand how complex it is. It is so interconnected. This is what you need to understand. And supply chain management actually integrates 8 business processes. This is what you need to understand. Why I am saying this particular theory in the morning is just to give you that without supply chain management and logistics, a company cannot survive actually. It touch bases everywhere. So these are the 8 areas supply chain management directly or indirectly integrates. One is customer relationship management. You have seen the flow of information. That's very important. Customer service, the after sales, what happens after you sell that? Okay, then demand management. Of course, from the data you're picking up, you will know which product is moving, which product is not moving. You will come to know, first in, first out, FIFO and all. We will learn. If you are in MBA second year or in MBA sixth, not Xtreem, you should be in fourth trimester. Definitely, you will be knowing what is logistics and all those things. Others just keep these words and just try to imagine how big it is, how important is supply chain management and logistics in a company. Then management of order fulfillment. We will see a video about how Amazon fulfills. How the Amazon fulfillment centers work. And then support for production process. Of course, without the raw materials, you cannot do anything about it, right? Then supply management. Definitely, you have to make sure the product is available all the time. There are sometimes it gets shortage, right? Now, during COVID, oxygen as a product is in huge demand. Then management of product development, the inputs. That's why I said information is unidirectional. The inputs you get from the customers is always used for improving the product, innovating the product, and finally the management of refundable materials, which returnable materials. Someone didn't like the product and he returned. So what happens? So these are the 8 core business processes which supply chain integrates. Without supply chain management, this cannot move forward. Right. Now, what do you mean by linear supply chain? Just in a few words, you need to understand. Linear supply chain is actually a straight path, from raw materials to production and finally the product. And finally, the product is disposed after use. This is what happens. Okay. So the product at the end is discarded at some point by the consumer anyway. Or a new product replaces the old one, and the old one is discarded in a landfill, like your mask. Okay, let's say the surgical mask. So this is a typical example of a linear supply chain. What is a circular supply chain? In mobile phones and all, there are certain elements of gold, glass, and other materials, which other metals, which can be reused for making new ones. This is a circular supply chain. Okay, so these are the things. You have any doubt? Before going back, so difference, we had a quick look at the supply chain example. Supply chain if you know Michael Porter's value chain, then you will understand what is a supply chain, right? So this is very important. If you have studied in your degree class or in MBA, Michael Porter's value chain. Anyway, supplier, company, customers. This is a straight line. Okay, the flow of information is bidirectional. The flow of goods is unidirectional. The flow of finance is also unidirectional. This is what I said. And then I said how it is interconnected. Okay, and then I said how supply chain management integrates the core businesses of a company, right? So we have gone through that. Now let's go and then we had a look at the linear supply chain. Linear supply chain is a straight supply chain, where from the raw material to the disposal of the product. And the circular supply chain is where from the discarded, utilizing the discarded products, a new product is formed. That is, it's like a recycled thing, right? Okay. Right? Now, what do you mean by logistics? Now we are coming to logistics. Hello. Okay. Please mute. Please mute. Okay. Now, what do you mean by logistics? Logistics actually is transporting goods to the customer. That's a commercial activity. So once the goods are ready, it's transported to the customers. Okay. So now you know the difference between supply chain management and logistics. Supply chain management, the goal of supply chain management is what? The goal of supply chain management is to give the company a competitive advantage above other competitors, right? Logistics is the part of supply chain. So can you give me an example of supply chain, circular supply chain? Rajalakshmi, that's what I said. Mobile phones, the, if you go back to that, yeah, you can see that. Yeah, reusing old mobile phones, for the gold, the glass, and the metals, few metals, which are utilized for making the mobile phones again. Anyway, if we have time, I will come and give you more examples. So logistics is part of the supply chain. Logistics actually is coming at the end of it. Logistics concept is actually older than supply chain management. This is what you need to understand. Let's watch a video and come back.
Professor.
Hi, Jessica. How are you?
I am good. Just wanted to ask you about something, Professor.
Go ahead.
Can you please tell me about types of logistics?
Yes, sure. Come with me in conference room. So before I start, I want to ask you one question. Do you know what is logistics first?
Yes. Logistics is the movement of goods from point of origin to point of consumption.
Great! Can you give me an example of it?
Yes, sure. After manufacturing of any product, all the activities that accompany you to let that product reach to its end consumer is called logistics. For example, the chair on which I am sitting. This chair got manufactured somewhere. After manufacturing, it got stored somewhere, and that is called warehousing. Thereafter, it got transported to retailer, that is called transportation. Retailer managed its inventory, that is called inventory management. Then we placed order to buy the chair and retailer processed our order. This is called order processing. So all these activities, warehousing, transportation, inventory management and order processing, falls into logistics only.
Good, Jessica. Now let's understand types of logistics.
Okay.
Types of logistics are inbound logistics, outbound logistics and reverse logistics.
Can you please tell me more about these?
Yes. Inbound logistics mean whenever we receive the products in our warehouse is called inbound logistics, and whenever we send the products to anywhere from our warehouse is called outbound logistics.
Okay, I understood. What is reverse logistics, Professor?
Reverse logistics is also known as RETO. RETO stands for return to origin. Whenever we send products to our customer, and due to any reason customer denies to accept the product and return to us, or anything that comes back to the company, that is called reverse logistics.
Okay, Professor, can you please give me one example to help me understand reverse logistics easily?
Sure. Do you consume cold drink?
Yes.
When we drink cold drink, after cold drink glass bottle got empty, those empty bottles are returned to manufacturing unit again. This is called reverse logistics.
Okay, now I understand it clearly. Thank you, Professor.
Okay, so what is logistics management? I think it's clear so far. If you want, I can go back again and repeat that. No problem. Logistics management, actually the integration and maintenance of goods in an organization. And as earlier we had a look at the supply chain management goal is to make to give the company a competitive advantage. The goal of logistics is to make customers happy. So it's now you know the difference. SCM stands for, the main goal is to give the company a competitive advantage, and logistics management is actually to make customers happy, right? So let's have a quick look at the evolution of logistics, because we said logistics is older concept and supply chain management came very recently. When I say recently, it's not yesterday, it's recently. Let's see.
The evolution of logistics, just like the evolution of humankind, has gone through trials and tribulations, as it has evolved through time. Since the dawn of civilization, mankind was needed to transport the goods from one location to another. The modes of our transportation have developed alongside the expansion of our human understanding and culture. Before every other form of transportation, human traveled on foot. As we evolved, we got better and better at getting things, like we learned to use animals for transportation. Then wheel was invented, and at first, wheels were made of solid pieces of wood, lashed together to form a circle. By 3500 BC, we began using wheeled carts. Initially, a canoe-like structure was used for water transportation, which was built by burning logs and digging out the burn wood. About 3100 BC, the sailing boat was invented. They were made of bundles of papyrus reeds tied together. However, the sail could only be used when sailing in one direction. When traveling against the wind, the boat had to be rowed. Better use of equipment and resources, we could get more items to more locations, with less efforts. The Watt steam engine changed everything. By 1672, the first steam-powered car was built, and during the 19th century, we ran steamboats and steam-powered rail locomotives. By 1903, motor-driven airplanes were flown, and by 1911, diesel engine-driven ships were launched. By 1935, DC-3 transport aircrafts were built. With the emergence of different sea routes through ships, traders traveled far across the world to sell and buy products with the use of money, in terms of silver and gold coins. To streamline, smoothen and justify the process of trade between the countries of different economic standing, international economic organizations were formed which worked towards the support and growth of international trade. Then International Chamber of Commerce was founded in year 1919. To facilitate the commerce around the world, International Chamber of Commerce publishes a set of Incoterms in 1936. They featured 6 trade terms relating to carriage by sea. The birth of supply chain management came in year 1939 during the World War II. Supply chain management is the broad range of activities required to plan, control and execute a product's flow, from materials to production to distribution, in the most economical way possible. Logistics was developed during the World War II, as there was an increased need for mobilization of military and goods across Europe. By 1974, the increased use of air transportation gave creation for another version of the trade terms. At inception, logistics and freight forwarding have been a tedious business task, as companies have been dealing with loads of papers used in various documentation. It was the main reason of late delivery because too much time was spent on paperwork. Advancement in technology, with the computer playing a dominant role, brought about the ease of process. Loads of paper files were replaced with computer hard drives. A further advancement came with the rise of broadband internet connectivity. Now business had a wider reach. For every entity, there were different software, so there were no transparency. While various methods of transportation continued to evolve and get better and more robust to meet the demands of today's world, still logistics seekers face too much problems. Because the shipper, consignee, freight forwarder, transporter, custom broker, custom officials, custodian, carrier, and so on, work as separate entities. A logistics seeker has to go to all these stakeholders separately for their services. Logical is.
Okay, one question. You can put it in there. When എന്നാണ് ഈ SCM എന്നുള്ള വേർഡ് കോയിൻ ചെയ്ത് വന്നത് നോക്കട്ടെ, എത്ര പേര് ഇത് ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചിരുന്നു എന്നുള്ളത് ചാറ്റ് ബോക്സിൽ ഇട്ടാൽ മതി. ഓക്കെ, പെട്ടെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു പോകണ്ട ചിലപ്പോ. 1939, Nitin said. Okay, well done, well done. Nitin, Chris also said. Rajalakshmi said. Good, good. Okay. Ningalallam true, supply chain management അല്ലെങ്കിൽ logistics professionals are. Right. Okay. Now, another set of keywords coming in logistics, which is very interesting. Now, 1PL എന്ന് എഴുതിയിരിക്കുന്നത് first party logistics, second party logistics, third party logistics, fourth party logistics, and fifth party logistics. Okay, let's see quickly what it is. First party logistics is basically, let's say you are having a farm and you produce eggs, okay, and then you directly sell to the grocery store nearby. That is the first party logistics. Only the producer or you are involved. There is no one there. The second party logistics, In between, let me tell you, that particular video said the logistics is evolved along with the humankind, right? Manishinde evolution okay. And at the end, if you have noticed, you could see a lot of terminologies: freight forwarders, brokers, custom clearance agents. So these are all, you should understand, these are all job opportunities. We will go and have a look at it, but I'm saying, see, this is how it is connected. This is actually without logistics or supply chain management, you cannot run a business. So look at Amazon itself. You simply order using an app and you will receive on that particular date your product. So that's so simple, but the things happening behind, the amount of people involved, the technology involved is different. So this is a very interesting area. Anyway, now, and the only booming area, let me tell you that even during COVID, that's very important. Certain careers are totally wiped out because of this C19. And I always say that COVID-19 is actually a game changer. It disrupted a lot of things and actually made the pace of disruption much more, faster. Even education, disrupted. That's why you are now watching this webinar, through this platform, right? Otherwise, I would have come somewhere and, directly interacted with you. Now we are all sitting at home and watching and listening to a webinar. So again, it's a disruption. Anyway, now coming back to second party logistics. The same farm, you produce eggs, okay, and then you hire another party to take the eggs from you and then distribute. So that is the second party logistics. So it goes party logistics, okay, and the same thing. In third party logistics, there are value added services that someone can come and pack, put it in the cartoons and send it across, or make sure that the eggs are not broken or damaged during transport. So fourth party logistics, again, it comes and using technology, it can alert you that the inventory in the nearby grocery shop is coming down, so you need to send more eggs. So, and then fifth party logistics, before going to fifth party, let's say Amazon. How Amazon does, Amazon is the best example of a fourth party logistics. For the time being, definitely it will evolve to fifth party soon. So what Amazon provides, like you have a product, let me say that I have a unique product, or I have a unique gadget which can measure, or which can alert when COVID people are coming near me. Right? Let's say there is a alertometer. Okay, so let's say how I will sell it through Amazon. That's what we are going to see. So how I can sell it through Amazon. I don't have a shop. I don't have a brick and mortar kind of shop. So I just I produce this and I want to sell it. So let's see how it happens. It stores products in its warehouses. So I don't have a warehouse. I don't have to store, right? It provides an e-commerce website. So I don't have to build an e-commerce site. And it can pack, it can ship to consumers, and it can even give me a software which will show, which all areas, this particular product is in high demand and all. Let's have a quick look at how the fulfillment, they call it, the Amazon call it the fulfillment centers of Amazon works, and you will understand how things are happening.
How to use Fulfillment by Amazon. Register your account. You run a successful business, and with Fulfillment by Amazon, it's about to get better. Create an Amazon account and follow the step-by-step instructions to register your business. Well done. List items and assign inventory. Now it's time to list your products. First, create a new product listing. Next, decide how you want to track your inventory, either by manufacturer barcode or by printing your own barcodes, and how you want to ship your products. How to estimate your fees. We have 2 ways of estimating fees. For items you've never sold through FBA, you can compare your fulfillment costs. For items you've already added to your FBA inventory, you can use Fee Preview to review your estimated fees. Create your shipment. To ship inventory to Amazon, start by creating a shipping plan. Include the product, quantity, and shipping method. Make sure everything is prepped and labeled, or let Amazon do it for you. Then track your shipment through the fulfillment process. Preparing products for shipping. Some products need special packaging. You may need special supplies, such as poly bags, shrink wrap, bubble wrap, special labels, and tape. Following Amazon prep requirements ensures your items arrive to Amazon safe and intact. Track your inventory. With Fulfillment by Amazon, you can track the inventory you send to Amazon by shipment ID, tracking ID, and processing status. After your inventory is checked in and put away, it's available for sale on the Amazon website. Promote your listing. Advertising helps increase the visibility of your business. For example, use sponsored products to create ads targeted to relevant customer searches. Monitor progress, make adjustments, and plan your next move. Manage your inventory. Fulfillment by Amazon offers several tools to help you manage your inventory. You can add, remove, and update products quickly and easily. Use the inventory dashboard to review product performance and manage your excess and slow-moving stock. How to get paid. To get paid, we need your business name, address, and tax and bank account information. No matter where you sell, we make it easy for you to get paid in your local currency.
Okay, so question. What is FBA? Anamika, Rajalakshmi, Chris, our stars, affiliate marketing for Amazon. You can Google. FBA. Ashil. Okay, you have the most for fulfillment by Amazon. Okay, Chris, Anikit Thomas. Okay, this name is very familiar. Good. Okay, so let's move. Let's move. Yeah. Okay, I don't have to explain this. Then fifth party, you know, it's using the latest technology. I'm not going to elaborate blockchain. Blockchain is the bigger thing, which is actually going along with finance, and then it becomes fintech. Okay, tomorrow, the entire transactions which is happening through online, blockchain is going to play a huge role, right? Then robotics, of course, automation, Bluetooth beacons and radio frequency, everything is used in the fifth party logistics, right? We will not go into that. So we now know one PL, 2 PL, 3 PL, 4 PL, 5 PL. You should not be saying like that. Okay, first party logistics, second party, like that it goes. We had a look at it. We had a look at how Amazon is, you know, helping local producers to sell their products, right? Then what else after? This is what we covered, I think, so far, right? Now, cold chain logistics is very important, especially during COVID, right? So what do you mean by cold chain logistics? There are green logistics and all, which is about sustainability, and I'm not going to touch that, you know, that is, you know, things which you use to pack and all those things should not be plastic and all those things. These are all booming areas, green logistics. If you are very interested, you're a very, you know, earth-friendly person, you can go and, you know, go in depth for green logistics. See, these kind of webinars, what you need to understand is we will always go over the, you know, like a periphery kind of thing. You should go like a T. This is what you need to do. We go like this. Even the curriculum syllabus, the syllabus in your colleges, it's like this. This is your responsibility to make it a T, that you have to go in depth, right? T, alphabet T, right? Okay, so let's have a look at what is cold chain logistics. Let's watch a video of Thermo King, who are the leaders in cold chain logistics, which is highly booming, and it becomes so relevant during COVID.
Well, that is a delicious apple. Crisp and fresh, delivered from farm to fork. Sounds easy enough, but the journey in between can be thousands of kilometers and involves a highly coordinated series of actions from many actors. To preserve product quality, the ideal temperature has to be controlled and kept throughout all storage and distribution activities. With other words, a cold chain needs to be maintained, linking farm and fork. A cold chain is only as good as its warmest link. Our apple, for example, degrades about twice as fast at 4 degrees Celsius as at 0 degrees Celsius. And if you raise the temperature to 15 degrees, it will degrade even 6 times faster. Let's leave the apple aside for a moment and take a closer look at the cold chain. Keeping the load temperature unchanged throughout transport and storage involves the products, with all their chemical and biological processes linked to perishability. Every load requires specific temperature and humidity conditions. By the way, we'll take a closer look at temperature set points in our next video. It involves people who load, pack, transport and unload the goods, and technology that ensures proper temperature conditions along the supply chain.
Okay, so this is cold chain, and let's have a look at how Pfizer, the pharmaceutical giant, transported or distributed the COVID vaccine inside the United States. Let's see what all precautions they took and how fast they tried to reach to the different states in US.
Delivering the COVID vaccine is being called the biggest logistical challenge in a generation. It's a global public health event that involves a complex web of shipping and technology where every step matters. And Frank Holland got an inside look at the preparations that are underway.
Packing 50 pounds of dry ice into containers by hand is how Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine will be kept cold for as long as 10 days as it travels in these specialized containers.
Boxes with 1,000 doses will leave Pfizer's Kalamazoo, Michigan facility, packed with 50 pounds of dry ice in FedEx, UPS, and DHL trucks. Depending on the destination, containers will be delivered by truck or taken to air hubs, sorted and loaded onto planes. FedEx and UPS say deliveries will happen within 24 hours in the U.S.
DHL is handling international deliveries that can take as long as 3 days. Its president of life sciences and healthcare calls this the biggest global logistics effort since World War II.
The biggest challenge of the whole thing is really around that final mile. Realistically, there will be some product that gets lost or potentially doesn't arrive in the right temperature.
So good today. At first, Pfizer's vaccine will be taken directly to hospitals, later to state facilities or pharmacy distribution centers, then to health clinics or drugstores where vaccines will be given. UPS is producing 1,200 pounds of dry ice per hour to supply the U.S. vaccine effort known as Operation Warp Speed. FedEx has ultra-cold freezers all around the country should doses be delayed for unforeseen reasons. The containers will also have sensors inside to monitor temperature and location as they are shipped and then rush back to the Pfizer facility.
It could become a challenge at the height of the height of an issue if we can't recycle and get the packaging back quick enough to be able to continue to replenish the manufacturing capacity that Pfizer is able to generate.
For every box of vaccine, there are dozens of boxes of supporting materials shipped separately that must arrive in time to give the life-saving medicine.
We anticipate every pallet of vaccines will require about 25 to 30 pallets of accessories to go with that. It encompasses syringes and swabs and all the other accoutrements that go into a vaccination program.
The coordination of all the shipments will be challenging and fast-paced, but still profitable. In the U.S., Citibank estimates delivery of the vaccines will generate approximately $300 million in revenue for carriers.
And that estimated revenue number, it may seem low, but it will be high.
$300 million revenue for just these vaccines to be transported inside US. Okay, think about us. Anyway, now let's go. So far, build up again. So far, now you understood the vastness of this particular sector. Okay, logistics or supply chain management. And every company. The companies cannot survive without this. So that's amazing. And with all the disruptions happening, finance may lose its sheen. I mean, there may be very few job opportunities, honestly, because, with blockchain coming in, with fintech coming in, and with artificial intelligence coming in, and with automation, digitalization, many jobs, it will take away. So finance will have a problem. Okay, and if too much of automations and robots and all, even the HR may come to a little, the role of HR will shrink, right? Okay, so that's another thing. Marketing will survive. Definitely marketing will survive because we need to sell things. But without supply chain management and logistics, and you should focus, I congratulate this 40, 60 participants, just logged in here. I don't know the exact number, logged in here. You are actually, your selection, your choice is good, because this industry is going to boom. And if just, go to, Google and try to look at India's particular thing, even in 2020, Indian logistics and supply chain industry showed a huge growth, let me see whether I can give you the figure. Okay, it's totally messy here. Okay, so that's one thing. You can go and have a look at it. At what percentage the growth, okay, and how much money we made even in 2020, because this COVID lockdown, everything happened, and still, Now, supply chain management offers why you should choose this particular area. The first reason is the amount of variety, the number of positions or the number of areas. I don't want to touch everywhere because this particular course is 100-hour course and it's going to teach you a lot of things. Okay, if at the end, if I get time, I will say, or I will request Mr. Binu to tell you that at that time. Now, supply chain management career is having a lot of variety. The job titles you can see: purchasing agent, purchasing manager, operations manager. It goes logistics analyst, a logistics manager. So logistics analyst, again, data analytics is coming. Okay, then distribution manager, supply chain manager. It goes like this. This is amazingly beautiful. A lot of bifurcations in the career path. And also the pace in which you will climb the career ladder is much faster in this particular area. The second reason is, of course, as I said, the growth, the job growth. You can see the percentage. This is 2019 to 2020 and projected growth. You can see how fast or the amount of growth that's going to happen in this particular area. And then the third reason you should be taking, you should be choosing this as a career is the salaries. The salaries are tremendous. Okay, the salaries, even the starting salaries in this particular industry is very good than in HR or in finance or in marketing. Marketing, that it always will have a tag towards something, right? You need to sell this, you need to get this. So there is this. Oh, this is an old message. Okay, so this is what the third reason. The fourth reason, of course, I said the pace with which you will reach the top is amazing. The last video, I didn't ask the question, right? I didn't ask the Pfizer video. I didn't ask the name of the president of DHL, of Health Sciences. Anyone can remember his name? The person who talked in a very, very feeble thing. Larry. Yes, Chris. Thank you, Larry. Okay, so that's so these are the main four reasons why you should choose this. But the first one, of course, the variety of career which is happening out here. And the second one is the growth of the industry as well as the positions. Then the salaries, even the starting salaries are attractive, and of course the advancement. You can reach even as a vice president, no problem. Now, opportunities in areas, air freight, of course, you know that this will happen, like air freight, sea freight, land freight, or land freight, right? You call it land freight? Okay, I call it land freight. Yeah, okay. So air freight. So even during COVID, let me stop this screen and then let me share another screen and we will have a look at something live now. Okay, just give me 1 sec. We will see.
1 sec.
We will see. Let's see.
It's interesting.
Yep. Here we go. Look at this particular site. is going to give you the real-time airplanes right now going. Let's say flying. We chose India. Let's see. One sec. It's taking a little time because look at the amount of airplanes now. Okay. You can see even in Trivandrum there is something going on top of it. This is coming from Singapore Sharjah. This is Singapore Airlines. Singapore Sharjah is going now. Yeah, this one. And any airplane, you just click it, you will know which one is that, from where it's going. Okay, so we need people, right? This particular industry, we need people. Look at this. Even during times, you can see. And if you look a little far, let's go. Let's try to move the side. Okay, you can see this. You can see if I go down to Europe, you can see the amount of flights out here. Okay. This is amazing. Ma'am, mute ചെയ്താൽ നന്നായിരുന്നു. എല്ലാവർക്കും കേൾക്കാം. Okay, now let me share another screen when we are talking about the marine, right? Let me share this. Yeah, look at the container ships, okay, or the cargo vessels and all around. Even you can see why Vizhinjam is important. You can see, look at India's peninsula, tip here. You can see the amount. If you just click it, you can see tanker. Which tanker you need to click? I don't want to click because it will go to another particular page. You can see the amount of cargo vessels or ships going now it's happening. If you keep it, you can see it's moving very, very slow. You can see that coming to Suez Canal. You know what happened recently in the Suez Canal? You know which ship actually blocked the Suez Canal recently? Anyone? Okay, so I just wanted to tell you how much the industry is growing. The largest ever given. Yes, Gokul Das, that's right. Okay, let's go back to my original presentation. One sec, let me minimize this. Yeah, okay. Now let's go back. So you had a look, right? I'm not bluffing. Okay, so air freight, you want to later have a look at it, you can look at it. This is the website we just visited. And what is this? I lost the chat. Let me put the chat box back. Yeah, okay. Now, coming to the sea freight, marinetraffic.com. This is the site we just visited. Land freight, you need one particular container number and all, then only you can, you can track. So I didn't bother to do that. If you go to DHL site, you go to UPS site, you can see how it has been tracked. But real-time pictures you have seen. So the opportunities, again, we are not bluffing, right? Okay, I don't want to go to that. So how I can get a job in this booming industry? That's very important. Sound and down more. Sound and down more. Okay. 1 second. Share screen. Sound. Yeah.
How to get a job in the supply chain industry. Every product you see in a store, everything you touch and interact with, from grocery carts to your cell phone charger, require a supply chain to produce that product and put it on the shelves or in the Amazon package that arrived at your porch. Supply chains can be simple or incredibly complex, but one thing's for certain, and that's that the supply chain industry is one of the most important and crucial types of industry globally. The recent coronavirus pandemic has highlighted this, as there have been shortages of groceries and paper products nationally. The supply chain industry is also one of the most diverse and largest industries in the world, with many estimating the overall supply chain and logistics industry approaching 10% of global GDP, which is an astounding number. But even in the United States, the supply chain and logistics industry is documented at around $2 trillion annually. With supply chain and logistics becoming a more popular area of study for many college students, they will be looking for job opportunities once they finish school. Huge and diverse industry. One of the most interesting aspects of the supply chain industry is just how large and diverse it is. Firms and job opportunities capture nearly any area of study imaginable, including supply chain, various types of engineering, data science, computer science, coding, finance, law, and many others. There are simply so many niches within the industry that you have a massive breadth of choice when it comes to what type of firms interest you most. For example, there are railroads, trucking companies, air freight carriers, ocean shipping companies, third-party logistics providers, technology and software firms, domestic truck brokers, international freight forwarders, trade finance companies, warehousing companies, distribution companies, e-commerce, fulfillment centers, and many, many more. Pretty much whatever you are interested in, you will have opportunities within the industry. Not only are logistics firms themselves hiring, but also brands such as Nike, BMW, Heinz, Walgreens, Amazon, Hershey's. Basically every firm imaginable that sells products has a supply chain and a logistics team that supports the production and distribution of their goods. This means that basically every brand in the world that sells physical items has job opportunities for supply chain graduates. Spend some time Googling what interests you most and read up on how that area of study or logistics niche would be an area of opportunity for you. Is industry knowledge needed? While many roles do recommend or would prefer industry knowledge, it isn't always needed. There are a huge number of roles that simply require relevant experience. For many support roles such as finance, legal, technology, compliance, often on-the-job training or a small amount of experience would be enough to easily handle the logistics-related portion. Many supply chain as beneficial, and some firms might heavily prefer them. Smaller companies offer competitive and sometimes unique opportunities for newcomers to the industry, as well as veterans. There are a multitude of tech startups within the supply chain and logistics industry. Many will offer a competitive salary and the incredible chance to be in a much more senior position than you might otherwise get at a more established company. Also, the experience you will gain while being at a startup can propel your career forward in the future. In conclusion, the supply chain and logistics industry is one of the largest and most diverse fields in the world. It will always be heavily needed and provide a near guarantee of some form of employment. With a wider range of niches and opportunities for many different backgrounds and job opportunities for an immense number of different disciplines.
Okay, see, 2 days back while I was preparing this particular presentation, I just did a search in Naukari. I just used logistics jobs. You can see, 17,667 jobs at that particular moment. And the first one is actually for freshers. So this is what you can also do. And this is the only industry right now, which is booming. And of course it will boom. And right now, which is having a lot of opportunities. So do that. What's this? Okay, this is DHL career thing. Okay, so you need to get skilled to get placed. That's for sure, right? We know our students always lack soft skills. Soft skills is very important. Not only the MBA students or the BBA students or any student, even engineering graduates, they are all notorious. They are all known for having no skills at all. So soft skills is very important. And especially we say the 21st century skills, it's like critical thinking, resilience, time management, problem solving. That's very important. Self-confidence, of course, it should come. The leadership quality, the communication skills, that's very important. And you have seen how many people are there in this particular chat, and only 6 or 7 students are interacting. Okay, so that shows the confidence, right? And the communication. Even if you are Einstein, you don't know how to communicate. What's the point, right? I'm Einstein, and I know big things, but I don't know how to talk, or I don't know how to present, or I don't know how to write. What's the point? Who will know that you are an Einstein? So you have to develop soft skills, especially, this problem solving skills, the teamship, the team working, the team building, communication skills. These are very important for not only for logistics jobs, any job for that matter, but logistics job demand too much, because you are going to, the number of stakeholders in this particular industry is too much. So you are going to communicate with many people, many suppliers, many, even the drug drivers, you need to communicate, the software company, the tracking company. So a lot of things you need to do.
So what are these things called soft skills? Soft skills is a catch-all term referring to various behaviors that help people work and socialize well with others. In short, they are the good manners and personality traits needed to get along with others and build positive relationships. Unlike hard skills, which include a person's technical skill set and ability to perform certain functional tasks, soft skills are broadly applicable across job titles and industries. It's often said that hard skills will get you an interview, but you need soft skills to get and keep the job. Having the technical skills and knowledge to successfully execute our job duties is only one part of being the best we can be in the workplace. In addition to these hard skills, we also need soft skills. No matter what our position, organization, or industry, we work with people. Taking the time to build effective soft skills can lead to a more efficient, more harmonious, and more productive workplace, as well as to our own overall job happiness and satisfaction. Soft skills encompass both innate personality traits, such as optimism, and abilities that can be practiced, such as empathy. Like all skills, soft skills can be learned. Soft skills are personal characteristics that allow us to effectively relate to others. Applying these skills helps us build stronger work relationships, work more productively, and maximize our career prospects. Often, we place the focus of our career development efforts on hard skills, technological skills, sector-specific training, and other skills that specifically relate to our ability to get work-related tasks done. Unfortunately, development of this kind often happens at the expense of our soft skills. This is unfortunate because, unlike the sector-specific training, soft skills are directly transferable to any job, organization, or industry. You will need them wherever you go. They are an investment worth making. Soft skills aren't just about business or building careers. They are about life and living.
Okay, I just want to share something. The other day, one of the final year MBA students, came to me and said he's a class topper, he's university outstanding student, but he's not being able to crack interviews. He already attended 4 interviews, but he's not being able to crack interviews. So the problem out here is, sitting with him and looking at how he talks and all, I understood that hard skills or the knowledge, the technical skills, he's too good. That's why he's a university topper. But he don't know how to communicate. He don't know how to even, the etiquette, the basic etiquette, how you enter a room or how you talk to people, that is lacking. That's why he's not being able to crack an interview. So these are all interconnected. You should understand. Okay, nammal tamashikku oru karyangal parayum, right? Nammal pala bhashakalokka parayum. But when it comes to job, you need to have a professional mindset, and also you should have a growth mindset. Enikku valaranam ennulla oru idu venam. Fixed mindset ipo kenya njan veliya sambhavana. Enne eduthillengil company odula ennu parnja angane onnilla. Okay, covid ipo kandu. Covid, nobody is indispensable. Anyone can be replaced. So make sure you sharpen your soft skills, and along with it, etiquette is also very important. So what is etiquette? The normal, the business manners, how you introduce yourself, how you carry forward yourself, the way you apologize. നമുക്ക് വലിയ പ്രോബ്ലമാണ്. നമ്മൾ സോറി പറയാനൊക്കെ ഭയങ്കര ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുള്ള മനുഷ്യരാണ്. So these things are very important. Or അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു റൂമിൽ എങ്ങനെ ചെന്ന് കയറണം എന്നുള്ളത്, ഒരു ലിഫ്റ്റിൽ എങ്ങനെ ബിഹേവ് ചെയ്യണം എന്നുള്ളത്, these are very important because companies will always look freshers as if എന്തോ ഒരു അവജ്ഞയോട് കൂടിയാണ് നോക്കുന്നത്, honestly. And ഇവരെല്ലാവരും പണ്ട് ഫ്രഷർ ആയിരുന്നു, അല്ലാതെ ഇവർ ജനിച്ചപ്പോൾ നേരെ കമ്പനി പോയി അല്ല പെറ്റ് വീണത്. Okay, but these things you should understand. പക്ഷെ കയറി കഴിയുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും പുച്ഛമാണ്. So freshers coming from college and they don't know, they're very raw. Of course, കാരണം school and college, I mean, they don't have much time to teach you these things. So these things should come from a third party provider, right? That's why the certification courses are all coming. Other opportunity at edukanam, because when you talk with industry people only, you will understand how you have to behave in a company, because you are always with the academicians, right? Academics engane deal cheyanam ennallathu ningalku ariyam, right? Avare engane pattikkanam adella ningalku ariyam. But how to deal with the corporate people, it's very important. Internship is very, very important. That's why internship is coming in. And എന്താണെന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കാനായിട്ടാണ് ഇന്റേൺഷിപ്പിന് പോകുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ പക്ഷേ ഇന്റേൺഷിപ്പിന് പോകുമ്പോൾ പകുതി വരും വീട്ടിൽ ഇരുന്നാണ് ഇന്റേൺഷിപ്പ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, honestly. Okay, so when you go for internship, you should always keep your eyes and ears open and your mouth shut. minimum. Okay, so you need to observe. Internship in the college should give an orientation. What is your goal or objective for this particular internship? What you're going to take from them and come back. Okay, these are the things. Now, English language is very important for any job anywhere in the world. Okay, I've never seen an interview done in Malayalam in any of the technopark companies. Okay, so English is very important. It's a global language, right? And not only for jobs. When you're traveling, if you love traveling, if you travel abroad, anywhere, any hotel, you will see one person. Even in Spain, you will see one person in a hotel who can speak English. So English is a universal language, and it's very important. I will a little speed up. I'm not going to show this now. Selecting the course. Selecting the course is very important. Many people will come and offer you courses, but you need to set certain criteria how I'm going to select the course. So trainers with operational experience and knowledge is very important, right? I will not make a course on electronics or artificial intelligence, because that's not my domain. My domain is design thinking, the soft skills and all those things. I know what to do in such areas, but I will not venture into. But if you ask me, can you make something in artificial intelligence? Of course, I can make something beautiful content and give you, right? But that's not right. A particular person with operational experience and knowledge should do that. That's why I always hate in MBA when an academician teaches entrepreneurship. If you never started a company, how can you teach entrepreneurship? That's another question. Anyway, we will not go deep into that. Now, content by industry experts, only they will know what is required or what they want. Another textbook content. That's why these courses are very important. Syllabus and curriculum is made by academicians. Okay, now KTU is involving, we'll have a couple of people from industry, so industry people can come and say some suggestions and all. So that's another thing. That industry champions as guest speakers. Can these people bring in, conduct seminars where people can come from the same industry and share experience? That's very important. And hands-on learning. This is what internship is offered, or not, or just blah 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 and a certificate. No. So internship is offered or not also, you should understand. This particular program, the certificate which your sir actually introduced before the start of this talk, was the certificate program in logistics management. It's by, the certification is by CAPT, Government of Kerala, and NSDC, the National Skill Development Corporation. Of course, Mr. Binu is waiting. After I talk, he will have a few words. Industry exposure, of course, 1 month free internship is there. You can note down the phone number which you are seeing on screen. Placement assistance. They promise 2 interview opportunities. See, this is what you need to capture. You need to get ready. You are getting 2 interview opportunities, but you are not preparing anything. This is very important. Prepare. If you don't prepare, definitely you're going to fail. So you need to prepare. You need to find out your weaknesses. Okay, soft skills, where I lack. You have any communication issue? These things you need to find out. You can do a SWOT on yourself, and you will find out where you stand. Okay, honest one. You can ask your friends, genuine friends. Okay, tell me about my weaknesses. They will tell you. It's like a mirror. Okay, so these things you need to get prepared. You need to know the subject. Then you can go and attend and you can get it right. That's your problem. That's not their problem. Then course delivery. Of course, classes are going to be handled by industry experts, and duration is 100 hours. And you can see this, all the stakeholders in the bottom of the slide. And that's it. Good luck. If you have any questions, I'm ready to take. And I wish you all good luck. And you are in the right place, actually. If you choose this particular thing, you will never go jobless, provided you do your part. Best. Right? Yeah. Someone put a message. Hello, sir. I'm currently studying BCom, and if I were to take logistics management, would I better continuing studies in India, or should I go abroad? If so, which country has the best platform to grow? See, growth on the varayunnathu, anyone can grow. Anywhere you can grow. Ivida pattatha entrepreneurs nu maatrame ullu. Others, anyone can grow. Adinu yadoru samshayam venda. BCom, even if you continue MCom, എൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് ചോദിച്ചാൽ ആരും തല്ലാൻ വരരുത്. സത്യത്തിൽ പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റീസ് കുറവാണ്. You will become an accountant. Okay, otherwise you should go into chartered accountant or something like that. അതല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇതിന്റെ കൂടെ തന്നെ കമ്പനി സെക്രട്ടറിഷിപ്പ് എല്ലാം പഠിച്ചു വന്നിരുന്നെങ്കിലും കുഴപ്പമില്ലായിരുന്നു. But BCom I am not going to, I don't know whether it will take you to places. You can, what you need to do, immediate thing you can do is, now COVID ഒക്കെ അല്ലേ, യാത്ര ചെയ്യാനൊക്കെ ഭയങ്കര ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടാണ്, പല രാജ്യങ്ങളിലും നമ്മൾ എടുക്കില്ല. ഇവിടെയുള്ള കോഴ്സ്, സർട്ടിഫിക്കറ്റ് കോഴ്സ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് you try to get a job out here or a job abroad when the situation become better. അവിടെ ചെന്നിട്ട് you get some experience, let's say 2 years experience, and then do something higher in another country and then try to migrate, if that's what you are planning, right? Okay, so I suggest now, ഇപ്പൊ പഠിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത് പോലും ഇപ്പൊ തമിഴ്നാട്ടിലൊന്നും പോകരുത്, ഒന്നുമല്ല, നമ്മുടെ ഇവിടെ കടന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമുക്ക് ഇവിടെ നിന്ന് പെട്ടെന്ന് എന്തെങ്കിലുമൊക്കെ ചെയ്യാൻ സാധിക്കും. ഇത് എത്ര നാൾ എടുക്കും എന്ന് നമുക്കറിയില്ല. ഇങ്ങനത്തെ പേസിൽ പോവുകയാണെങ്കിൽ even the vaccination will take years, right? Okay, so thank you so much, good luck, and over to Binu.
Thanks, Rajat. Very wonderful morning to all of you. I'm Binu Raj. I'm heading Xtreem company. We are into this education for the last 10 years. We are associated with Kerala government for various projects, especially this logistics thing, which we are doing it for the Kerala Institute of Tourism and Travel Studies, which is coming under the Tourism Department of Kerala. We are running this course in their campus at 3 campuses across Kerala. Because as Rajat rightly said, because industry participation through very important point, because see, we were doing this course for the last 10 years, as I said, in airport operations and logistics in Kerala, that is in Trivandrum only. We have been getting invitations from across Kerala, from different parts of the country itself, like association from the schools, colleges, etc., for doing this program. The reason I suggested this is again coming into the logistics things, because the faculties in arrange travel, it's been difficult for us. But thanks to this pandemic, thanks to this COVID thing, everybody was stuck when COVID lockdown, on the first lockdown, everybody was stuck, because everybody thought like, okay, we are going to shut down the education institutions, training institutions and all. Our time we come up with a new strategy that is like going for an online. The best thing in the I can bring in faculties, I can bring in the best trainers across the world to participate in this program. Okay, for example, I'm doing IT also, IT programs also. I am associating with IBM. IBM might associate that I am doing programs. Then I am associating with Microsoft. Because yesterday I'll tell you that is my cyber forensic course. For cyber forensic course, students, engineering students, almost 150 students are studying that. That's the faculty in Siliguri. Okay, and he is one of the best in India available. That is, he is a cyber forensic expert, freelancer. Fully and faculty, fully in Siliguri. Earlier it was not, it cannot be,